What's up, guys? I'm gonna do a BB like accuracy test, 21 feet. So I'm gonna be standing right there at those sticks, and that target is 7 footsteps away. So it's like roughly 20 feet, 21 feet. And I'm going to be using. I just noticed it's kind of crooked. Oh well. I'm going to be using my Brodax, Umarex Brodax CO2 BB gun revolver. And it has a total of 30 shots because this has 10 and then there's 2 extra magazines. And then I'm going to be using my Glock 19 Gen 3 non-blowback. I haven't featured this in a video yet. It's pretty simple. Like the CO2 goes back here. The case, or like this little part that hides the CO2 or where you place it, it has a Allen wrench in there, and then you tighten down the set screw that's underneath the magazine, and this is already tightened and ready to go. One of the magazines, the magazine that came with my Glock 19 Gen 3, it kind of has an issue, which I think it's kind of common, is this follower spring is kind of strong, and it ends up like kind of pushing all the BBs out the top. There's a little like detent thing on the top that kind of keeps the ball from flying out. But I've seen that issue on across multiple forums and stuff, so it's just kind of an issue with this marker. It was pretty cheap. It was like 80 bucks, and it has 2 safeties. It has a trigger safety in the middle, and then it also has a safety like on that little nub on the trigger, like where the shadow of my thumb is hitting. That little thing is a safety also. So right now it's on safe, and I'm gonna push that safety down. And then there's a little red mark right there on the safety, and that means it's on fire mode. So this is all gassed up and everything. And yeah, I'm just gonna shoot from right here. And this is non-blowback, but the reason I got non-blowback is because it has a higher feet per second rating. I do have my chrono out here with me. I'll probably try it later, and I'll let you guys know what it's at. So I'm gonna be aiming for the bullseye, and I'll probably just put the camera down on the ground right here, and actually right here, and then I'll zoom in, and I will I'll zoom in, and I'll be able to control my shooting a little bit better. So here we go, zooming in. I'll have to adjust the camera. So I don't know how clear it's going to come out. It's already kind of hard to get a good focused picture. And sorry it's on top. My tripod's kind of crappy. But anyway, here we go. So that was 16 shots. The Glock 19 Gen 3. I think it says 17 rounds, but I've only been able to put 16 in that magazine. But those 2 magazines together is 32 rounds, and the Umarex Brodax is a 30 rounds total that I have, because I have 3 magazines for it, and they're 10 rounds each. So I'll have 2 more shots on that Glock 19. This isn't that bad. I'm just going to use the same target for the Glock. I'm going to use 2 mags, so 32 shots should hit this. I got 2 out here in the 8, and then these are pretty like decent. I felt like my hand lifted on that one. But yeah, I'm aiming for the bullseye. I'm not really correcting anything, and it's staying pretty true, which is pretty good for a little tiny short barrel. But yeah, I'm going to go back over there, put in my other magazine, and then start firing. So I'm gonna pause the video. Right, you guys, I got the camera on the table. It's a little bit more stable. I'm gonna go over there and start firing again. I'm using the same Glock 19 Gen 3 BB gun. So yeah, I think I got 15 shots on that one. I might have 16. I was counting and I felt like I heard it dry fire on the 16th round. So I think a couple of these are new, and there's a couple more out here, and this has a few new ones. So it's okay. I mean, that's 20 feet away, so it's pretty far away, and it's a short barrel, so you can't really like knock it that bad for being kind of inaccurate at that range. I'm gonna get the Umarex Brodax revolver, put a new target paper up here, and then I'm gonna pause the video and get all this stuff ready. All right, you guys, CO2's in here. This is the Brodax Umarex CO2 revolver. The handle has, it just kind of like pops off, and then the handle has a little built-in Allen key that doesn't come out or anything. It's just stuck in there. I mean, you might be able to take it out. I think there's a little tiny screw in there, like a Phillips head screw inside this hole, so you can take it out, but it's easy to just tighten it without doing any of that. And yeah, there's 10 in here. I'll have a total of 30 shots, and hopefully they don't fall out the barrel, because when I was doing my test fire video, they were kind of falling out the barrel, because some of these kind of like are loose in this drum. I ordered 2 more sets of magazines, so off Amazon. So I think you get 3 magazine drums for like $7 or something. So it's really, really cheap to get magazines. So I'm gonna have 9 total of these, and basically I should be able to load them all up and waste one whole CO2, and then I'll pretty much be out of gas, or I'll have like 2 or 3, or sorry, like probably 2 more magazines that I can fire. Because yeah, I think this gets at least 90 shots, probably like 100, 110, but obviously the speed and power is going to go down each time you shoot. So this has about 34 shots taken out of it on the same CO2 cartridge. This has 0, and I'm going to shoot that target. It's a different style target. It looks like a Resident Evil Umbrella Corporation kind of logo. This was the Glock 19 target paper, and I'll compare them afterwards. But I'm going to get the show on the road and zoom in for you guys, but I don't know if it's really helping, but I'll do it anyways. So here you go, and yeah, I'm gonna get ready. I'm gonna pull the hammer back every shot, because the Glock 19, it doesn't really have any like pulling or anything, because it doesn't blow back, and the trigger's pretty nice. So I'm gonna pull the hammer back every time I fire, so that I don't have any it's basically, I'm making it like a more even playground for this Brodax, because I'm not going to be pulling the revolver to the right. I'll be pulling it less to the right, because I pulled the hammer back. So here we go. Safety's on. The Brodax revolver's on the table, and I think I got 10 shots. I don't know, I think one of them fell out the barrel, and I'm aiming for the bullseye, so it's hitting a little bit high. I'm gonna try to I'll still aim for the bullseye and see if it comes down here or down here or something, but I'm still gonna keep aiming here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I feel like one of them didn't fly out the barrel, so it probably fell down out of the barrel from the drum. But it's only a $40 BB revolver, so I can't really complain that much. I'm gonna pause it real quick and then put a new magazine and zoom in and all that. All right, you guys, got my magazine loaded. I'm going to take the Brodax off safety, and I'm gonna fire. All right, that was 10 shots. I feel like maybe like one didn't go or it fell out the barrel. And I'll go walk up to it right now. I'm just getting the magazine in. It's on safe, it's on the table. And I'll show you guys what this did. So yeah, the 3 magazines for the Brodax is 2 shots less than the 2 magazines for the Glock 19 Gen 3. So I'm still hitting up. I'm still aiming for the bullseye, and I think that's new. But yeah, I mean, at least I'm hitting here. I'll try aiming for like the 8, and I'll see if I get shots in this area, or I could aim for the 7. Yeah, I'll aim for the 7, and I'll see if it hits around here. But I'm having both hands on the handle of the revolver. I'm steadying my shot. I'm like exhaling as I'm shooting, like pretty much anything I would do with a normal firearm I'm doing with this BB gun to try to stabilize my shot a little bit. So just give me 1 second and I'm going to zoom in and all that. All right, here we go. Last magazine with the Brodax revolver. Okay, the revolver's on safe. It's on the table, and I was kind of aiming for like the 7 and 8, and I feel like I actually hit the 7 and 8. So yeah, I actually did hit because I was aiming like somewhere in here. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, it shifted because I was aiming in a different spot. I think that's new, but it didn't. I don't know if it penetrated or not. And yeah, so that's kind of cool. I know I can hit an 8.5 by 11 inch piece of paper from 20 feet away, so I should be able to hit a torso or something of that sort from that far away if I needed to use that for a self-defense or home protection or something. But I don't think I see myself trying to use a BB gun for that purpose. It's more just for plinking, shooting cans, just practicing shooting firearms, or showing someone new to firearms, like just to get them more comfortable with it, I'm gonna say. And yeah, so this is the Glock 19 shot pattern. This was about 32 shots, and this is the Brodax revolver shot pattern. So it's tended to shoot high, and once I corrected my aim, this last magazine was shooting down here, but I was aiming for here. So like I've only shot a little bit out of this. This is basically my second CO2 cartridge shooting out of this thing. So I've only shot about 120, 130 rounds out of this. So I'm still getting used to this. I've shot this, not a lot, but more than this. And I've shot like fruit and all kinds of stuff with this thing. So I feel like I'm more comfortable using this. And I'm not trying to correct my aim with the Glock 19 or anything. I'm aiming straight for that 10. And I don't know, it's a little bit more accurate, it seems, than the Brodax revolver. They're made by the same company. I believe Umarex has some sort of license with Glock to make replicas and stuff. So yeah, they're both from Umarex. They're both from Big 5. I got both of them when they're on sale. And yeah, this is pretty cool. I'm going to chrono some of these shots. This one's been chilling, so I'm pretty sure I'll get a decent chrono reading. And I'm just going to shoot that cardboard box because I'm not really trying to aim for anything. I just want to see what the chrono readings are. And I weighed a bunch of these at work. And on the balance I have at work, it goes over 4 digits. Like basically it can measure milligrams, or like 1/10 of a milligram. So it goes over 4 digits. But this weighed averaging, they were weighing like 0.344 grams. So yeah, some of them weighed like 0.35, most of them weighed 0.342. So yeah, pretty much average is like 0.34 grams. And I did the math on the this website. It's like Calculator Soup or something. Figures out kinetic energy, and that weight of 0.34 traveling like 410 feet per second is like 2.9 joules or something. So these are not that powerful. They're only going to get 2.5, 3 joules on a good day. This one's rated less. The box says 375 feet per second. So if I get less than that on after 30 shots, that's fine with me. But I haven't tried chronoing these at all yet. But these both have 30 shots pretty much taken out of the CO2. So they're about a third spent. And yeah, I'm gonna get the chronograph and load up BBs in the Glock 19 magazines and in the Brodax cylinders. So 1 second. All right, here we go, guys. Glock 19 is loaded. It's charged up because it's the same CO2 cartridge that I've been using. And yeah, I'm gonna see what the chrono reading is. It could be higher if I used a brand new fresh cartridge, but I used my accuracy shots over trying to get a chrono reading and be accurate at the same time. So here we go. First shot, Glock 19. Okay, 448. It's pretty good. 450. So that's probably still like 3 joules. 444. 446. So yeah, this thing's hitting pretty hard. It surprised me because yeah, the box says 410. So I think blowback you usually get like the mid 300s or low 300s. 446. 440. 438. 430. 426. 424. 426. I feel like I'm almost out of shots on this magazine. 418. 414. 410. 412. 404. Out of shots, out of rounds. So I'll do the second magazine. I don't think it'll go any higher than 400 with this short of a gap in between shots, but I'll just try it anyways. 402, 392, 390, 382, 376, 372, 366, 366, 362. So yeah, it's just going lower. So I think the highest I got was 448 or 450. So yeah, I do like this little Glock. It's pretty cool. It's really light. It's a lot smaller than the Brodax. Like you can obviously see the size difference. And I'll be interested to see what the Brodax is hitting, because this was actually hitting harder than advertised, the Glock 19. So yeah, barrel to, let me put this on safe real quick and release the mag. All right, so no magazine, just nothing in the barrel. It was dry firing a second ago. So front of the barrel to the back is the same length, but the because the guns are shaped differently, if you match up the handles, the Brodax is like probably about 3 inches longer than the Glock 19, and the bottom of the handle, the Brodax is taller. So yeah, it's a bigger pistol. I need to weigh these just to see how much they weigh, but I feel like this weighs more because this feels heavy. Like the slide is metal, and I think the only stuff that's metal in here is the insides, like the valve and the where the CO2 goes and all that stuff. The housing on the inside, it's all metal. So yeah, I'm gonna get chrono readings on this guy, and give me 1 second. All right, here we go. Brodax chrono readings. .428, so that's higher than advertised, but this has also been sitting for like 10 minutes charged up. Same with the Glock 19. .432, 438, 432, 432. So yeah, even though it's hitting like 430 or even 450 with the Glock 19, it's, since it's such a lightweight BB, it's like 3 joules, 3.2 joules. It's not that high for joule readings. I mean, yeah, that would hurt if this hit you, especially like in the eye or something, or like your lip or your teeth or something. That would hurt, but like my Crossman DPMS, that full auto short barrel rifle that I have, if I hit somebody like 25 times with that, it would just probably feel like little bee stings, or like if you've ever used a weed eater or something and the little rocks fly up and hit your leg or hit you in the arm or something, it'd probably feel like that. Like it's uncomfortable, but it's tolerable to me anyways. 418. I think that was the last shot. Yeah, that was the last shot. So I'll load up another magazine. I doubt it'll go higher than the 428 that I got with the Brodax just a second ago. But I'll try anyways. These are not modified in any way. They're all stock. I don't think I can modify the Glock 19. It's not supposed to be serviceable. So the only thing you can do is just oil the CO2 seal and try to like stick the silicone spray hose down the barrel and like spray a little bit of oil in there. But other than that, I don't think you can really do anything to that Glock 19 Generation 3 non-blowback. 410, 414, 404, 398, 400, 394, 392, 382, and I think that's it. I got 2 more rounds. Yeah, 2 more rounds, so I'll shoot these. I'll show you the reading, but I don't think it's gonna go over 400. 396, 386. So yeah, I'll still be able to shoot both of these markers or BB guns. I'll still be able to shoot them like 30 times, if not more, on the same CO2 cartridge. But I'll do that off camera because this is already getting kind of long, like a 25-minute video. 390, 386, 384, 378, 374, 372, 368. Out of rounds. So yeah, even though I've shot 60 rounds out of it, it's still hitting above 350. But partially that's probably because it had been sitting on the table for like 10 minutes, because I started with this one, changed to that one, switched out targets, put this back on the table. This has been sitting for like 10 minutes. Then I got chrono readings, so that's probably why it was hitting so hard. Plus it's not super hot today, that's why I'm filming a video, but it's probably low 80s right now. So just the other day it was like 92, 93 in the middle of the day, so it was pretty warm. But yeah, I'm just gonna waste those off camera, and then got a little surprise. So a couple weeks ago I ordered a I was on eBay just cruising around, and I have always wanted like more like paintball markers to modify and stuff, even though I feel like I have like plenty already. But I found an auction for a Tippmann, what I believed was a Tippmann Tipp-X, but it was actually a Tippmann TPX, which is a older original version of the Tipp-X. So the Tipp-X got a bunch of updated internals and stuff that this did not have. So Tippmann's a super badass company. They've always made, like, since I played, I was always getting destroyed by some of my friends had like Tippmann 98 custom paintball markers and stuff, and I was always using spiders or like JT and just easier, like budget friendly kind of things, because I was in college at the time and I was playing this stuff. So my friends that had Tippmann 98 customs or Tippmann, anything Tippmann, they would usually have more accurate shots from further away, and my spider gun would like shoot straight for about 10, 15, 20 feet, and then it would just like veer left or right, or it was just not that great. But I rocked it anyway, I didn't care. And this is a Tippmann TPX, so this is like a first generation Tipp-X. This was made in like 2009 or 2010, probably 2009. And when this came out, there was a lot of issues with the piercing system and the regulator and stuff. Like, it would leak air all the time, and it was just kind of like faulty designs and stuff. And when I bought it, I didn't realize it was a TPX. And when I realized it was a TPX, I was like, damn, now I have to upgrade some of these parts because they're not that great. And I was using it, and it was kind of like it's basically the same as the TCR, the inside. So there's a regulator right here, and there's a valve right here, and a bolt and a barrel, breech and stuff, and the barrel and all that is all right here. But it's basically the same thing as the TCR from Berna, but Berna's TCR was a Tippmann TCR. That's how it all started. And Tippmann eventually made the TCR because people wanted like a long range kind of like mini rifle. So they just used the parts from the Tipp-X or TPX, and they made the TCR. But that was like in like 2017. So by then they stopped making TPX, and they were only making TIPX pistols. So all those internals on the TCR are fine. The only difference between this and the TCR is the valve, the housing in here. The TCR has these like giant, like, you can call them like 3 bean shaped air entries in the valve, and that allows for more air to pass through. Like if you're using an HPA tank, I have the like the fortunate ability to use CO2 tanks and HPA tanks. So this thing, the valve, it's 9 tiny little circles, and it's like inside right here. I have to take apart the whole thing to show you this, but you can easily just find a picture on Google or something, a TIPX valve body, and there's 9 tiny little circles in like a 3/4 circle shape, and the TCR has 3 big like jelly bean looking holes, and that allows for more air from an HPA tank to flow through this and shoot out, because people were having a hard time getting like 200 for paintball. You have to shoot below 300 feet per second, and when you use CO2 12 grams, it's pretty easy to get 300 feet per second, or like 280 or 270. Like you can hit that pretty good all day. But for whatever reason, HPA, it just kind of behaves differently, and it's harder to get 300 feet per second or anything close to that with this style of valve, which is 9 little tiny holes. And they made an update, or like an upgrade, that you could buy that is not in this. That is a TCR valve body. So it has those 3 jelly bean shaped holes. So basically the HPA tank can compete with a CO2 tank. I'm probably just going to run this on the CO2 tank. So if it comes down to it, maybe I'll swap out and get a valve spool for the TCR and throw it in here, but I don't think I'll need to because I have the option of using the remote line and throwing it on my giant 20-ounce CO2 tank, or one of the two that I have. And I wanted to, they just sent this back to me today, and I wanted to get chrono readings on it just to see where it's at. And I'm probably going to order a remote line adapter, and then I'll be able to, instead of only getting like 10 or 12 shots, I can get not an infinite amount of shots, but I can get way more shots than like 10 off of this, and then have to switch it out. And I'll have more consistent FPS readings, because that's only 12 grams, and it'll start dropping off like you've seen in all other videos. But yeah, I'll make another video and I'll do a FPS readings with this, just the way it is right now. And they just sent it back to me, so I don't know what it's at. I'm assuming it's under 300 feet per second, but this has the new regulator and stuff. The other one, there is issues with it where you had to keep on messing with the PRV and or just block it out entirely. But I'll let you know about that in another video. So anyways, have a good one.